Hello, Cheryl here today, and I'm here today to show you my Lacy dragon scale purse. I've done it in two different colors just to show you how versatile it is. This one I did with almost a full loom, short one peg, which I show you in the video. This one I did with 8 pegs on the loom, so it's shorter panels, but I did more panels. I did 8 panels with it. And this one is lined with tulle so that nothing can get through the sides. You could put small pieces in this and nothing's going to fall out of it. Nothing bigger than the netting of the tulle. So I am going to do a video to show you how to line it like I did with this one, so you can put more things into it. And as far as making them bigger, I'm going to show you how to make these. The one I'm showing you today is going to be 14 sets, as I'm going to explain in the video. You can make it as many sets as you want, so you can make a longer purse. You can make it as many panels as you want. I'm going to explain to you how to make a panel in the video, so you can make a wider purse. So this is a very versatile purse. You can of course make a long handle or a short handle. So I'm giving you something in this demonstration that you can make a lot of variety of things with. So I hope that you just take this and run with it and make your own creations from it. So we're going to get started. Alright, so we're going to get started. And to start with, you're going to be using your 1 bar of your rainbow loom, and it's going to be pointed to the right, open-ended to the right. You're going to put 8s on all the way down. Sorry, let me lock in my focus here, that's better. And you're stopping 1 peg short of the end, and the last one you're twisting 2 times. If you don't twist that last one 2 times, it pops off really funky, and you'll see why you wanted to twist it 2 times. And you're putting your next row on without it being twisted in between your first row, and still ignoring this last one. And you're going to go down and pull these over, up and over to the back. So far it looks a lot like your dragon scale bracelet. But the next row is where we start seeing the difference. Push everything down. Alright, for the next row and the row following that, we're just repeating the last row. And 1 more. I'm also using the upgraded hook from Rainbow Loom. I absolutely love it. If you don't have one yet, you're going to want to get one. I was using a crochet hook for the longest time because I didn't care for the first hook, but this one is wonderful. Okay, next row, you're going back to the outer bands. Just pushing everything down. Then you're back to the inner row for 3 rows again. This pattern is the reverse Lacy dragon scale. But with the method I'm showing you, you're going to be able to use this to make a purse as pretty much as wide as you want or as long as you want. Yes, that's 2. We need 1 more. Alright, so as you can see, I'm just repeating this pattern. It's a 4-step pattern. So I'm going to go on and finish it up, and I'll come back and show you how to finish it off when I'm done. I'm going to do 14 of these patterns, 14 steps of it. Alright, and each set of patterns is the 1 row and then the 3 rows. The 1 row of green for me and the 3 rows of pink, and you can be whatever color you want, of course. Once I have 14 sets of this pattern. I'm going to come back and show you how to finish it off. Okay, I am done 14 sets of this, and I'm about ready to take this off the loom. So I want to show you, you want to make sure that after you've done the 14 sets, the last row you do is the row, the outside row, which I'm putting on now, the one that starts all the way at the end and finishes all the way at the end, like so. So I'm going to pull this one over, and then I'll show you how to take this off of the loom. Then I'm going to show you how to start your next set and start attaching this to it. Yep. I'm going to push this all down. Alright, and then to take this off the loom, you are going to take the ones that you just put on and move them over one to the ones that they're connected to. So it's all the same band. You're taking it from one peg and putting it to the other. Then you're going to pull the bottom of that band over the top. So for this one, you can see it's all one band, and I'm just going to pull it over, put it on the second peg, pull the bottom over the top, give them a little tug to tighten them. And then I'm going to do the same thing all the way down. Okay, so they're all locked in place, and then I'm going to take them and move them over so that they're on the same pins. So I have two on each one of these pins. And then I'm going to get my clips. I need 3 of them for this. And I'm going to put them on a clip. These clips are just temporary to hold them together until I put the handle through these. That's why I'm not worried about what colors I use. You can use any kind of clip for this. I just use the Q-clips or what I have. Alright, so I'm done this panel, and I'm going to set it aside a minute and start on my next one, which I think I'm just going to reverse the colors and make that pink. Let's go back out. Start with X's of pink for this one, going all the way down, and then, goodness, sorry about that, a nice loud truck drove by. Oops. Taking it down to the end. Oh, we're not doing the very last one. Then I'm going to use my green to go in between. Yeah, I made a rhyme. And my greens are going to be the ones I'm going to make 3 rows of now. Start pulling it over. come in a little bit for this. Focus up for you. I didn't twist this twice. You always want to remember to do the last one, 2 twists. If you forget, you can always just do what I did at the end when you get there and twist it 2 times. Everything gets pushed down, and you're going to do another row of greens or whatever color you're doing for that middle row. And you're going to do this 3 times, so we're on our second row. And once we're done our third row on this, push everything down, and I'm coming back up. Once we're done our third row, we're going to be ready to start attaching. So this is row number 3. Okay, now I'm ready to start attaching, and to do that, I am going to take the piece that I've already made, and I'm laying it so that the clips are on this end, pull it forward, and then I'm going to go to the very bottom. Let me focus in here a little bit for you. And at the bottom here, I'm going to go down the side. We have these twisted pieces. I'm going to the very bottom one, opening it up, and that is going to go over my last peg. Okay, and that is how I'm going to start attaching this. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my pink down the row, all the way down. Now when I go to do this one, once it's on like that, I'm going to take and flip it over the peg. Then I'm going to flip the band over the peg. Once everything's flipped over, I'm going to find my next hole and slip it onto the peg. Oh, losing focus here, sorry about that. Now it's ready for the next level when I get to that. Then I'm going to go up the row and pull it over. I know the attaching is a little tricky. Don't worry, I will be showing you it a couple times. You're going to get to see it more than once. Okay, now we're going to do the 3 rows of green again. Yep, and I missed one spot here, so let me take this off and pull it over. There we go. Push everything down. That's our first row. I will be putting a video on as to how to line this purse. And I use tulle to line it. It's like a mesh or a netting. But it's a fine enough netting that it will hold in your small things in your purse. All right, so that's row 2. This is our last row. And then we go back to our outer bands. Okay, we're going to push all this down, and we're ready to do our outer bands again. Okay, again, we're starting at the end here. I'm going to put them all the way up through to the other end. And then this last one that I put it on, first thing you're going to do is pull this up over. Then you're going to pull the band up over the peg. Once you've done that, you're going to find your next opening and put it on the peg so it's ready for the next step or the next row that goes on. Then you're going to go up your rows and pull the pinks or whatever color you're using up and over. And push everything down. Now we're back to three rows of greens. And again, I always seem to be missing this first one. Sorry about that. But as you can see, it's easy to fix it if you miss it. Okay, that's our first row of green. Push everything down. Oh, need some more bands out here. Row number 2. This one's going to be just like before. We're going to do 14 sets. Okay, and we need one more row of green to complete our set. And I'm going to show you one more time how to attach it at the side. Okay, now we're back to the side piece again. Okay, the first step for the outer bands is once you put that on, you're going to flip it over to the back, and then you're going to pull it over, find the next opening, and put it back on the peg. Okay, and this time I'm not going to miss the second one. Push everything down. Alright, and from here I'm just going to continue out my sets until I have it all the way out to the end and everything matches, which will be 14 sets just like this panel is. And I'm going to attach in the same manner. I'm going to attach so I have 3 panels attached. Once I have 3 panels, I'm going to come back and show you how to use the 4th panel to complete these in a circle. Okay, I have 3 panels done, and I'm ready to use the 4th panel to put all these together on the loom. I have these with the rows facing down, so I want to flip them upwards because that's going to keep them on the inside as I attach them on the loom. I have my clips on the end towards me, and I'm ready to get going. The loom is going to be facing to the right, opening to the right. And let me grab my band so we can get going. Alright, I think I'm going to make this one green and yellow. I'm going to use green as my base. So I'm going to start out with a row of green for my outer row. I'm going to set this back a little so you can see what I'm doing. Oops, sorry. So my outer row is going to be a row of green. Oops. And I'm going to go all the way down one short of the end, just like I've been doing with my outer row. Then I'm going to put yellow on. I'm not going to worry about putting the panel on until I'm ready to pull over because it's just easier that way. So I'm not going to start putting that on until I've got 3 rows of yellow on this. So I'm just doing this like I've been doing the pattern all through this, putting my 3 rows on in the middle. Yep, over one. As you can tell, I don't do a lot of editing. You get me mistakes and all. I don't think there's anything wrong with you seeing me make a mistake. I'm human, and I have no problem with you knowing that. If you notice the way that I'm hooking, it doesn't come off as easily, because I know a lot of times these just slip off. And I've noticed that when I pull out and around the way I've been, it doesn't come off as easily. Just a little tip when it comes to hooking. The way I'm holding my hook and I pull it out, up and around, it tends to not pull the upper band off as easily as hooking it other ways. So this is my third row of yellow. So now I'm going to start attaching the outer pieces. So I'm going to bring this up, and on this side I'm going to find my very bottom opening, and I'm going to put it on the end here. And then on the other side, I'm ignoring this last peg, and I'm going to find my very bottom opening on the side. Remember, it's both pieces, and I'm going to pull it over, ignoring that first peg, and put it on the second peg. And don't worry if it overlaps this one too, it doesn't hurt anything. So now that I have them both on, I'm going to put on my row of green. Now, just like before, I'm going to zoom in here so you can see this. Just like before I pull over this green, I'm going to take this and pull it over to the back. Then I'm going to hook my green over. Then I'm going to take the next opening and pull it up over. And that's how you're going to keep going with this. All right. So that's how we're going to keep going down the line with this. And then you're going to go down the row and pull them over. And same thing on this one. You're going to pull it up and over to the back, and then pull this up and over, and then take the next opening and put it on the peg so it's ready for the next row. That's the best way I've found that you don't forget to put it on, and you don't have to worry about missing putting it on. Okay, now I'm going to push everything down and do 3 more rows of the yellow. Now remember, I'm doing a specific size for this purse, but if you wanted your purse to be wider, all you would have to do is do more panels. And if you wanted your purse to be taller, all you have to do is do more sets. So I'm giving you a pattern, but this is a very versatile pattern that you can be creative with. I like giving you something that you can make your own, and you can design in different ways. And I love seeing the different ways you've designed them on Instagram. And you can even post pictures to my Facebook page. So either way, I love seeing the pictures. This is our third row. I said it yet, I am going to put a video on how to line this, because I have figured out a way to line this purse so that you can keep small things in it. Oops, am I going 3? Yep, I'm okay, 3. Thought I was going past 3 to 4 because I was talking. Okay, now we're ready to do the next row. Gonna put on our greens. I'll put them on all the way down. Okay, and then the first one, I'm going to take this and pull it over to the back. Find your next opening and put it on. Oops, I'm sorry. Pull this over first. Getting ahead of myself. Then find your next opening and put it on. Then go down and pull over your rows. Come in one more time and show you this. You're going to pull this over to the back and then pull this over. And then get your next opening, put it on the peg. Okay, from here on out, it is repeating. If you haven't got it, rewind and watch again. And I'm going to finish this off to the end. And then I'm going to come back and show you how to do the bottom part and then make a handle for this. Okay, so I'm ready to make this into a purse, and I decided that I'm going to do it with a panel in the center rather than do it with 2 panels on top, just because I thought that looked more interesting. Here's the 2 panels on top, and here I have the panels shifted to the center. One large panel in the center, and I just thought that looked better for the bag. Actually, I think I'm going to put the large pink in the center because I like that look. So you can be as creative as you want with this, and I went with a large panel in the center. So now I'm going to show you how to stitch up the bottom. I have the clips at the top, and they're waiting for the handle, and I'm going to put the bottom together. Okay, so I'm going to use pink and green for this, because green was my predominant color all through this. I used green bands all through it, and I just decided on pink because the pink really stands out and pops on this. So we're going to start here on this end, and for me with my bands, I know whether you've seen it before, I like to load them up on my finger, and that way I've got them. I'm not having to pick them up each time. But, you know, this is just personal preference. And I'm going to be alternating bands. I'm going between the green and the pink, just because I like the look of that. I did that on my other bag. Grab that. As you can see across the bottom, I went black and white. And I think that gave it a good look. So I'm going to do that with this one. So I'm just going to put a couple on so I'm ready. And then I'm going to bring this up so we can get started. And we're going to put it into the end. Let me focus in here. Alright, so we're starting at the end. Since I'm starting at a fold, I don't have a little hoop at the end to put it into, so I'm just going to go under the 2 on the one side and under the 2 on the other. Get this piece of hair out of here because it's annoying me. Just make sure I'm under both. I'm going to grab a band, pull it through, come up and grab the other end of the band, and then I'm going to pull it through itself. That way I've got a starter on there. And then I'm just going to keep going up, pulling these together so that I've got hoops that I'm going under. Going under here, grabbing my next band, pulling it under, putting it on the end, pulling it through itself, make it nice and tight so you've got a big hoop. Then I'm going to pull it through the previous one. And I'm going to, if it's long enough, I don't want it to be too tight, I'm going to go up to the next circle here. Grab the next band, put it on, pull it through itself, give it a good tug, pull it through the previous one. And where you go next just depends on how long your band is. And you're just going to work your way down, and you're just basically sewing it together with these bands. Pull it through itself, give it a good tug, pull it through the previous one, and then it forms a little chain as you go. And you're just making sure that you're getting both sides. When you come to the parts where you've got the little circles, go through the center of the circles on both sides as first. That'll hold it together nicely. Put it on the end, pull it through itself, nice and tight, pull it through the previous. You don't want this to be tight, you want this to be a nice loose chain. Grab some more bands. Stop with a green. Okay, so I'm going to grab a pink. I'm just working my way down. When I get to these points, I'm making sure I'm going under all four of these. Oh, pull the whole thing through. And it's getting a little tight, so I want to put two under here. I don't want it to be towards pulling the bottom too much. Going to these. And it's just stitching along the bottom, stitching it together. Okay, now we're going to attach a handle to this. And the first thing we're going to do, I've taken off a couple of my clips off the top, is we're going to go down around here, and every place we have a single, we are going to put our clip through both of the loops that single is attached to. And we're going to take off that single, and we're going to put on two bands, so that we're pulling a double through there instead of a single. I'm going to do this all the way around, so if you're not getting what I'm saying, you'll get it by the time I'm done. These are the singles that you finished off with as you made each of the panels. And yes, I should have had you finish off as doubles, but I did not, so I'm doing this at the end. But it's a simple fix. You just take off the single and put on a double. Depending on your bands, you may need to clip this. My bands are holding in place pretty good, so I'm not going to be clipping them. So I'm taking off my clips. You need this to be a double to hold on your purse strap well, and it'll keep your purse sturdier. So any place I'm taking off my single, I'm putting, whoop, focus in, there you go. Putting my hook through both of the places the single's holding together, taking the single out, getting 2 bands, and pulling them through. Put on the end of the hook, pull it through itself, and pull it tight. So I'm going to do that all the way around. See if I can get a better focus for you. Your purse straps are going to attach to these. I tried doing it 2 ways for the purse straps. I tried feeding it through these and attaching it to them, and I found actually attaching it to them works better. Just so you know, in case you're thinking about doing the feeding it through them way. Now I have people that have made this on 2 forks, a similar version of this purse. So if you go to Instagram and do a search on Willow Crete, you can see those, in case you're curious. I've seen some finished versions of the purse from some of my viewers. Oh, come on, you're open. Looks like it's holding 3 pieces together. Okay. Interesting. Curious why, but that's okay. This also is giving me a uniform color all the way around because a couple of these are pink, as you see. This way all of them are going to be green. Get tired of looking at this, just fast forward because I'm almost done, but I am going to go through all of them on the camera. Alright, I guess I will pause it because I have a few more and I don't want to bore you to death. Looks like it's holding 3 pieces together. Okay. Interesting. Curious why, but that's okay. This also is giving me a uniform color all the way around because a couple of these are pink, as you see. This way all of them are going to be green. Get tired of looking at this, just fast forward because I'm almost done, but I am going to go through all of them on the camera. Alright, I guess I will pause it because I have a few more and I don't want to bore you to death. Okay, I'm done that part and I'm ready to start working on the handle. The handle is done in two parts, as you can see. It's actually two handles that you're putting on. And as you do them, you're going to attach them to the body of the purse through these double hoops that you just put on. We're going to actually start the handle on the hook. So you're going to start it, twist it, put it on again. And then you're going to get your next color. You can either turn it and pull it through, or you can pull it up over the hook, down into the middle, and then put the hook on, put it up onto the hook. And then we're going to keep adding color to this till it's just a few inches longer. You can of course make your handle as long as you want. You can make this into a shoulder purse if you want. I keep them short for the tutorial purposes. I like to mix up my colors, so I'm going to add a little more pink than green in this one. It's actually my second shot of putting the handle together, because the first shot my cat got into. So I will be loading that one up for you to see. He's quite the wise guy. He had to get up and climb on the table because I forgot and left the door open for him. Okay, I think it's long enough that I can start adding it to the purse. So from this point, move my bands over here. I'm going to find the side of my purse, because each one's going to go to the side. I think this one is my very side here. So I'm just going to put that on here before I add my next green. And put my green on and pull it through all three, or you can lift them up over, whichever is easier for you. Actually, I'm making pulling through look hard, so I guess I'll lift them up over. And put it on. And then put one on in between. Oop. Grab your next one. Put it on. Grab the next band. Pull it through or lift it over. Put the band on the end. Put one in between. One set in between. Grab your next set from your purse, put it on. Attach it with two bands. Put one in set in between. So you can see it's slowly attaching it to your purse. Okay. Grab your next one. Put it on. Grab your band and pull it through. Put it up and on. Grab a set to put in between. Put your next one on. You can probably see that the alternating colors are very helpful here. Pay close attention because you want to stop when you get to the side of your purse, because you're going to leave the other side for your other handle. It just gives you a very sturdy handle. And it keeps the laciness of the purse, keeps your purse from getting too heavy. Because you know with the bands you can end up with a very heavy purse. If just with a solid purse it would be quite heavy. So the laciness helps that not to happen. I mean, it's still got some weight to it, but not like it would be if it was a solid purse. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is the last one for the side. Well, maybe I should put that on the other side. Let me lay it down and see. Yep, this is the last one we have for this side. So I'm going to keep going up around for the handle. Okay, so I'm done enough to clip this right about there. So let me grab a clip. Like I said, I don't like clipping my handles down around the side because I think it's more obvious. I think if you clip them up in the middle, it isn't as obvious. So let me take this off and put a clip in it. And then I'm going to hook it over here. Doesn't matter what kind of clips you use. I always tell people that because I sometimes get asked that, do I have to use this kind of clip or this kind of clip? And no, it doesn't matter. Whatever's going to work for you, that's what you use. Okay, so that's how we're going to do the handle. And I'm going to go ahead and finish off the other side so I can show you the finished product, and I'll be back. Okay, this is our finished product. Both handles are attached, and the bottom of the purse is done. You can see it on both sides. How the handles are attached at the top. Gives it like a lacy look at the top also. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you for watching. Please check out my other videos at the Willow Crete channel or willowcrete.com. And if you have any questions about any of the tools that I use, you can find a whole list of my tools in my toolbox at willowcrete.com. Thanks for watching.